Hello and welcome back to the Making Fire podcast. This is a podcast where two longtime besties talk about their favorite TV show, Survivor. This week we are recapping episode 12, gag on that eleganza, episode 12 of Survivor Heroes vs. Villains, a sinking ship. I don't know if you noticed this, but I was looking at the episode titles for last episode, this episode, and the next episode, and they all have to do with ships.
Oh.
I know.
Okay, cool.
That'd be, oh my god, you know people have started shipping us.
Oh, really?
Could you gag on that? Imagine.
Right.
But before we get into the episode, I have to Maddie ask, how are you, Maddie?
Thank you so much for asking.
You're so welcome.
I'm good, then better.
So true.
I this week have to talk about, first of all, television. And then I'll get into what I'm mad about. So first of all, how have we been doing this for literally 3 months?
Oh, I know. This season?
Yeah.
I know. Can you gag on that?
That's insane.
Compare that to last, we did Survivor China, and we've said this in the beginning. Go back and watch the Survivor China coverage. That was such a fun season. But last season we were both so busy, I felt like it was we had to bulk record so many episodes, and we had to blah 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 blah. But this season has really been mostly, I think there's only been one time where we recorded 2 episodes in one sitting, or not one sitting but in a week.
I think so too.
And so this season has really been week to week, and I just don't think I've realized how many, we've done 12 episodes. That's 3 months is wild.
Yeah. I know. Proud of us. You know what? I can't say it out loud. You know what? I'll knock on wood. We haven't missed an episode
so
in a long time.
Knock on that. Well, because we are at the end of summer, gonna go ahead and do a maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Yes. Anyways, but that being said, I'm so ready for fall television. My phone, I put into my Google Calendar all of the episode season premieres that are coming up, and I'm just so ready. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Dancing with the Stars, Survivor, Amazing Race, Only Murders in the Building. They are all starting so soon, and I might even be missing some because there are just so many going on right now, and I'm just so excited for all this television. It's been quiet for me since Love Island.
Which is wild. There's been a lot of well, I've been watching Big Brother, which has been so fun. Mm-hmm. This cast is literally clinically insane. So bad at the game. It's so funny. Tennis has been happening. So I've been watching some TV over the summer. Definitely not as much. When you think about...
Oh, the White Lotus era?
Oh, the White Lotus era? Girl, I was watching... I literally was
night of the week.
Girl, White Lotus, The Pit... Survivor was on at the same time. Drag Race was airing during that era.
There was another... Oh, The Last of Us was on around then. Lots of things. And I am watching a couple shows right now, and I have to talk about one of them specifically. But other fun shows, The Outlander, Blood of My Blood has been absolutely incredible. What is the other one I've been watching? I don't remember. Oh, well, it might be this. If anyone out there is watching The Summer I Turned Pretty... I have never been rage baited by a show so bad.
Maybe that's the next book series you should read.
No.
I'm done. Are they books?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
Gag.
If this wasn't the last season, I think I would quit. So
gag
mad.
on that. I didn't know you watched that show.
Yeah, I've been watching it since it started.
Work for you.
It started off really good. I really loved season 1. Season 2, fine. This season has made me... I leave every episode angry. What? I have been team Conrad since the beginning, since day 1.
Is it the older brother or the younger brother?
Yes, the older brother.
Got it.
And I just have to say at this point, I'm team no one. I'm team Conrad needs to move away and have a happy life. And without any of these clinically insane people. I need Belly in federal prison for her crimes that she is committing. I hate her so much. She needs to be separated from society for a little bit. She needs to do some inner thinking, because the way she is bouncing between these brothers and playing with them is insane. I need her to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Jen Shaw. I need her to be stealing money from old people or something, so that Conrad won't even be upset about her being in prison. He's like, yes, she deserves it, so he can move on from this woman. Jeremiah I hate him so much. But he's just like stupid. He's stupid. He is this
Are him
entitled...
and Belly the same age?
Yeah, he's like a year older, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then Conrad's a few years older than them.
Got it.
And originally, do you know anything about this show?
No, I don't know anything. I just found out they were brothers. People were calling it people were like, the incest show is back, and I was like, what?
Well, there's nothing going on.
I was like, I thought that was the White
brothers.
Lotus season 3. What am I talking? What is going on?
There's nothing going on between the brothers.
Right.
But they're constantly in between. Like, Belly just goes back and forth in a way that is so insane. I hate every single person on this show except maybe the mom, Laurel, and potentially Steven, the Belly's brother. Yeah, so basically just a little bit of background. They've been friends their entire lives because their moms were best friends. And were the mom of Conrad and Jeremiah unfortunately passed away from cancer. Right. So that was sort of like season 1, season 2. But she is also to blame in all of this.
Their mom, the brother's mom.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she has put it in their heads that for their entire lives that Belly needed to marry one of her sons, and the pressure that she put on all of them to like be together in all of this, and like Belly specifically marrying one of her sons. I think she kind of wanted Conrad, but it's a whole thing. That is insane to put on them. She is not innocent. And they are just like, it is so horrible. Like, I left this last episode, spoiler alert, they were like, I like actually can't even talk about it. Jeremiah and Belly are supposed to be getting married in like a few weeks in the show, like a few weeks out from the show. He proposed to her after the brother, Steven, got into a car accident and almost died. And they're outside the hospital and they're like, he has no ring, by the way. Extremely rich. It's horrible. He's like, will you marry me? And she's like, yeah. Also, mind you, he cheated on her like 3 months before.
Right.
On a trip to Cabo.
As you do.
But she, that is forgiven. Now they're getting married. And he's just a horrible person, Jeremiah. He needs just a taste of reality. But no, Belly, the way she treated Conrad after he fully opened up his heart to her and, was just so vulnerable. And the way she talked to him, you're done. The joke for multiple weeks has been like, okay, so what episode is Jeremiah gonna get? And now everyone's like, okay, so when does that sort of happen to Belly?
Right.
Because what? So
a follow-up question about this series, since you're so familiar with it more than I thought you were, are they pretty close? Is it like pretty tied to the books, or is it like
I haven't read the books.
Okay.
Apparently she is going to end up with one of them in the end.
Right. I'm surprised that people don't just like put out spoilers. I don't know.
Well, they do from the books.
Oh.
But I don't know how closely they follow it. I kind of have to distance myself. Truly, if this was not the last season and if there were going to be more, I think I would not watch because it is so horrible.
Well, if there are any the Summer I Turned Pretty stands out there, let us know. Answer some of our questions. We'll invite you on the pod, get you to talk. We'll make a special...
Specifically, if you're Team Jeremiah at this point, I've always thought you had maybe questionable sort of, I don't know, taste, I guess, this whole time. If you still are, how can you defend that man? Also, I feel like, not to bring up Love Island again, but I think maybe there's a strong crossover. The Venn diagram of a Huda stands and fans and apologists and Jeremiah fans.
I had to say that I was slightly confused when all this Summer I Turned Pretty stuff started popping off because the name Jeremiah, I instantly was thinking of Love Island Jeremiah.
Oh.
And I was like, Jeremiah's I was like, this is so confusing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm getting my pop culture mixed up.
So, anyways, I'm just so upset leaving every episode. Honestly, worse than Survivor 48, and that is saying something. I just feel so, a hatred in my heart for this show. So, anyways, Riley, how are you?
I'm doing great. I I am, you guys. I'm doing really well. I just got back from Welcome to New York. We've been waiting for you. I was just in New York for the past couple days. I was there from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I got I got back on Monday. Sorry, my words are just, I'm so excited to talk to you all today that they're just jumbling out of my mouth. We did go ahead and move in my sibling to college, which is so exciting. New York is such a big city. Who knows what college?
The way I brought up
last episode.
Yeah, and then
I remember saying that, and now I'm like talking, and I'm like, wait, you guys, like that doesn't make any sense. Sorry, y'all. I was in protective older brother mode. You know what I mean? I was just like, I don't want to dox anybody, but I'm like, girl, good luck. I will say, I was watching a YouTube video yesterday. Yesterday was my first fallback. Yesterday, I was watching it, and they were vlogging around New York. Why were they literally on the block of my sibling's dorm? I'm not joking. I was watching it, and I'm like, the way that I just spent 2 days in that exact block moving them in, and I was like looking, and I'm like, no, it literally, you turn the corner and their dorm is right there. I was like kind of gagged about it.
That's crazy. And what video was this?
Oh yeah, I'll link it in the description. Y'all can find it there.
Yeah.
But JG. So he spends.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
We spent some time in New York. It was so cool. We got to move. That was my technically third time, but the first time I ever went, I was a little baby and don't remember. It was I was born in 2002, winter of, couple months after the day we will never forget.
And what day was that?
I can't remember. I just know that's what they call it. But I was born not long after that, and so we went. It was it was giving very post 9/11 New York City, if you know what I mean. But then we went back,
of course.
Of course. And we went in that, so I don't really remember that. I was a little child, but we went in October to visit schools. So then we came back. It was so nice. That was in the fall. The city in the fall was really pretty, but then we come obviously back in the summer. It was hot in New York this weekend. Sweating bullets, girl. I put pimple patches on my face. I'm breaking out really bad right now, and every day sweat them off. And I got to the third day, and I said, there's no use at this point. It's just they're gonna fall off anyway in the next couple hours. But it was great. We were mostly there for move-in. We didn't do a lot of touristy stuff, but I did, and I have to talk about it. I saw Oh Mary on Broadway.
I'm so jealous. It's not even funny.
It was so funny. It was such a good play. Were we 10 minutes late? Yes. And now I will get to that. I have to be brave, don't get the subway system in New York City. I don't understand it. And I told Rowan, I said, you live here now, you are going to have to work this out. You're going to have to figure it out. Because because it's so expensive to Uber, and you're often like only traveling a couple miles, and they're like $30, and I'm like, it's so much cheaper to just take a subway. And
with traffic. And everything.
I think what I'm understanding more now is a lot of people walk. Like, if I think it's under, I don't know what the vibe is. I feel like if it's under 30-minute walk, people just choose to walk. I feel like that's what the tea is. But we sort of had a busy day on Saturday, moving them into their dorm. But then that night, we saw the show. And so we got back from moving them, and we ate a little bit, and I was like, okay, we need to get going. And Rowan had to change. It was a whole thing. And I was like, I'd rather leave early. And I'm not blaming Rowan because it's not their fault, but if I have to blame somebody, I'm going to blame Rowan. I was like, we should leave early. And they were like, okay, but I have to change. And then they put on, there's too many details that I don't want to share because I'm not going to throw Rowan that far under the bus, but it wasn't working. We had to change the outfit a couple times, and we had to leave. And I didn't sort of take into account. I typed in the little tracker. I was like, I want to make it to this. The thing started at 5:00. I was like, I want to get there by 4:45. And it said, great, it'll take you about 18 minutes. And I said, great, for like walking, subway, walking. I didn't really acknowledge that the 18 minutes was, you have to leave at this time, get to the subway at this time, get on the subway at this time for it to happen. It wasn't. The subway line that we took is going to go ahead and be a weekend-only subway line and runs minimal throughout the day. So by the time we got there and we had been waiting for the subway for like 10 minutes. And at that point, it was like 4:40. And I went, oh my God, we're not going to make it. And I said, I read on the thing, I said, it says the last subway came 30 minutes ago. So I said, something about this isn't adding up. And I was like, we need to leave. And so then we ended up having to Uber anyway. And then we were there and it was like 5:06 and we were like still 5 minutes away. And Ron was like, how punctual they are at these things? And I'm like, pretty punctual.
Pretty punctual.
This isn't when we went to Lady Gaga, we were late for the first thing, but Lady Gaga started like 45 minutes after she said, like concerts, they always start late. But this one, I'm like, no, like they're pretty, it's on a pretty, like.
And it's like strongly discouraged to show up late.
So like we walked up to the theater and the guy was like, are you here for the show? And we were like, mm-hmm. And he was like, okay, get in. And they were really helpful. What I do love, the Lady Gaga concert, we had to fight for our lives to find our seats because ain't nobody helping us find our seats. That after the concert started, it was like literally fend for yourself, figure it out. Luckily, people get paid at Broadway shows, theaters, wherever. Somebody will help you find your seat if you're late.
Yes.
Or whatever. Like, they'll help you.
And so they're probably so used to it.
And she was so because we were up in the balcony, so we had to like walk up a couple flights of stairs. And she was like, you made it. And I was like, I know. And then we sat down, and it was so funny. Jinx Monsoon from RuPaul's Drag Race is the current Mary on Broadway. I knew nothing about the show other than it's about Mary Todd Lincoln. Like, I knew it was about Abraham Lincoln, Mary. Like, that's all I knew.
But, like, not real.
Right. I knew it was, like, a comedy. I knew that it was silly. But I didn't know any of the jokes or anything. It was so funny.
I need a Oh Mary slime tutorial uploaded. ASAP.
I do too. I was going to look it up because I was like, now I want to see what I missed the first 10 minutes. And I'd also like to see Cola Scola's Mary.
Yes.
The OG, the director, the creator. But Jinx did a great job. She was so funny. We went to the stage door after, and I got my poster signed by the four main actors and actresses.
I love
got
that
them.
Picture you put on your
I know, it was so cute. Jinx got to sign it. She was sort of wearing a I'm on vocal rest badge, so she couldn't actually communicate with us. But Rowan and I looked at her. We were like, we just want to let you know we're from the Pacific Northwest, and you're our hometown hero. And she was like, mm-hmm. But yeah, it was so fun. That was my personal highlight. We got to do that, which was really fun. I've been wanting to see that show. I wanted to see when we went in October, but the tickets were too expensive, and it just worked out perfectly. So that is my update. New York was so fun. I'm so excited. I know Rowan is not watching this because they don't watch anything I do, but if they are, I'm so excited for you and so happy for you. Sorry, that was I felt like I haven't yapped that long in a while, but
No, I love it.
Thank you. Okay, so let's get into this episode. I did look it up while we were chit-chatting. So episode 11, Jumping Ship, that was the title. This episode, A Sinking Ship. Next episode, Loose Lips Sink Ships.
Okay.
So they're
in their on our hands.
They're in their pirate era. If you really think about it, they were trying to spoil who wins this season because Pearl Island's theme was pirates. Sandra won Pearl Islands. The ship was referencing how Sandra's going to end up winning this season. Mother.
Yes.
So this episode is really quick. We have a lot going on. It's only a 60-minute episode, and we have 2 eliminations, 2 vote-offs, 2 tribals. But we start off, we find out in like the episode recap from the previous episode that there are going to be 2. They let us know, and the players aren't expecting it, which is kind of exciting. Kind of a fun little twist, I feel.
Right, but it didn't feel like a twist. It felt like
a normal episode.
It felt like just like they sped through 2 normal episodes.
Right, and I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I think the twist itself was just, I don't think they were, the players themselves were expecting that first tribal to have a thing the day of. I think that was the gag. They weren't mentally prepared for a tribal that night, so I think that was the majority of the twist. But you're right. I'd like a real double tribal council, like they should have like done an elimination, and they've done this on Australian Survivor. They do it every season on Big Brother. I don't think they've done it a ton on US, if at all, but just like okay, you just voted somebody out, we're going straight into another immunity challenge, and then you guys are voting somebody out in an hour. I thought
the twist at the end of the first immunity challenge was gonna be, hey, we're like expect 2 tribals or something.
Right. Well, spoiler alert, can you let me get there?
You know what?
Can you let me do my job? Ooh, nobody wants to let me work these days. We had Din Tai Fung while we were in New York.
I saw, and I'm...
Oh, the girls were gagged at that. The girls gagged at that.
That is my favorite restaurant of all time, I will say.
Girls were gagged at Jinx Monsoon, number 1. Number 2, the girls were gagged at Din Tai Fung. Oh my god, it was huge. And the service was great. The food was amazing. The garlic,
I need it.
The garlic green beans.
Those soup dumplings injected in my veins. Oh. They're so good.
No, they are really good. I do love them. They're so good. My favorite is the garlic green beans. I think that is my favorite thing to get there. But then number 2 is going to go ahead and be the spicy chili, like chicken wontons. Okay, so scrumptious.
My 3 non-negotiables at Din Tai Fung. 1, the green beans, obviously. 2, the little short ribs. 3, the pork xiaolong bao.
Hey, you guys, oh my god, I'm getting blown. Oh my god, that was Din Tai Fung hello. I'm in the process of getting us a brand deal with Din Tai Fung. Sorry, I let the cat out of the bag.
Oh my god, the way I would cry.
I'm working on it. We'll see where that gets us. But I don't know why I brought that up.
We'll see where that gets us.
I don't know why I brought that up, but
you just wanted to rub the salt on the wound.
I did want to do that. We get to the post Amanda being voted off. I still can't believe Amanda got voted off. Like, that's our queen and she's gone.
I know.
Mother down. Jerry, I kind of live for Jerry this episode. She's just no BS this episode. She just is like, y'all.
She's hit her limit.
She has, and she says, I'm just going to tell you how it is, point blank, period. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. She says, Jerry says to Candace, or not to Candace, to us about Candace, that, yeah, Candace voted with us, but it's kind of scary how easily she flipped. So we're going to go ahead and vote her off next. Like, we don't need her in the game anymore.
Obsessed.
Which I am kind of obsessed with. And it's true. I think Jeff says this later in the episode, specifically after Danielle gets voted out. Crazy tribal. Danielle gets voted out. Jeff is like, well, the game is like, do you risk like flipping your vote? But you have to think about like the perception of that risk. What are people going to feel after that? Mm-hmm. So interesting point that Jerry no longer sees the need for Candace. Colby and Rupert are also kind of going in about Candace right now. They're like, she deserved to be on the villain's tribe. She's a disgusting person.
She's worthless.
She's weak. I'm like, okay, okay, I get it, but also let's not talk too much about my girl. Let's not berate women too hard, okay?
Like, what are you guys contributing?
That's what I'm saying. And also, it's not like you guys have ever, like, let's not forget at the beginning of the season when the heroes were so anti-Candace, like, she would have been voted out pre-merge had she not won that individual immunity.
Yeah. Like,
so
I'm not team Candace in this sort of situation, but I also don't think that those two have the
right to be like, right. I agree. I would agree with that sentiment. The next morning we wake up. Camp is kind of tense right now. Rupert and Colby are like, they're like, damn, Russell played us. Rupert compares Russell to Johnny Fairplay. He says he's worse than Johnny Fairplay. Which I would agree with.
Yeah.
But I just think it's weird. Like, that point of reference, I don't know. Johnny Fairplay is sort of like an iconic villain, but
he gives more like funny to me though.
Right.
Like, Russell's a very different vibe.
That's what I think. I'm like, you can't really compare the two. You can't compete where you don't compare. Like, like, they don't give the same energy.
No, like, you could really compare anyone on the villain's tribe, especially in the beginning,
right,
to Johnny Fairplay.
I'd say you could compare Randy probably.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's still, I don't know. There's just different archetypes for villains.
Right. It just
Parvati's villain is different than Sandra's villain, different than Russell's villain. Like, they're all.
And Johnny's different than Russell.
Right.
Like,
Rupert tries to drag Russell. Basically, they're sitting, and Rupert is like, Russell, you're a disgusting person. I can't believe you would swear on your family. And I'm going to be honest, Rupert does kind of eat Russell up a little bit, because Russell does exactly what Rupert needs him to do.
Oh, yeah. He falls right into that trap.
Right. Russell is just making himself look like a cocky asshole, basically.
But the thing is, like, Russell just doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. He's like, Rupert, you're going home next. Like, you can cry all you want, but it has no effect on me. So, yeah, Russell just Rex's image more. Rupert, I don't think does exceptional in like a verbal fight, but I think what he wants him to do works.
Yeah.
The reaction he wants to get happens.
Yeah. Hey, you poke the bear, he's gonna get mad.
Right.
And that's how that saying goes.
That's my favorite saying, obviously. Let's get to our first immunity challenge of the episode. Jeff, immediately they walk in and Jeff tells them that this is not going to be a reward challenge. This is going to go ahead and be an immunity challenge. Mm-hmm. And the players were not expecting for them to have to go to tribal tonight. So that is sort of a gag for them.
Yeah.
This is sort of the iconic hold your hand above your head challenge, stand on a perch, whoever holds it the longest will win. Jeff, throughout the challenge, will offer temptations to them, and whoever is the last person standing will win immunity, and there's a twist at the end of the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of exciting.
I like this challenge.
I did too. It's simple. I don't think we get enough challenges. Like, in Survivor history now, Survivor modern day era, the new era, they just try to rush us through these challenges, and I'm like, just let it happen. Let it do what it needs to do.
I also like the temptations offered.
Me too.
I thought that was fun because I hate the sort of, I don't know, I think it's a popular consensus that people don't like the rice negotiations.
Right.
But I think a fun little, hey, here's a fun little sweet treat, entice ya. I think that's fun.
To get people to drop out of the challenge too. Like, I think that's a good payoff, you know.
Especially if there's no reward.
Right.
I liked it.
Right. A minute into the challenge, Jeff brings out a covered item, and before he can even reveal what it is, Sandra first, but then Russell after are both like, we'll take it.
I love it.
And Jeff is like, I haven't even shown you what it is yet. And Sandra's like, IDGAF, I want it.
Yeah. I think maybe Sandra was more concerned, like, the first person to sort of want it would get it. Because then I was like, Russell, stay on your thing. Let Sandra have her.
Right. I think it's weird that they split. I feel like they should also just do sort of like whoever wants it first can get it.
Yeah.
But Sandra and Russell both want it. And I think this is smart, especially if you know you're not going to win the challenge. Just take what you can when you can get it. I think that's a smart way to approach it. And they both hop off, and Jeff reveals that it was a plate of cookies and milk.
Good for them.
Do you think the cookies are warm / the milk is cold? Or do you think it's all just room temperature?
Oh, it's gotta be all room temperature. I also thought it was funny that they were very clearly Oreos, but he didn't say that.
I also noticed the same thing. He was like, oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip. Very clearly the plate is lined with Oreos, and he does not say Oreos. He said, unless you got Outback Steakhouse money.
Unless you're sponsoring
the dolls, I don't care.
It might be the most featured thing on that plate, but I'm not going to say it.
The most recognizable.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get that. The next thing Jeff brings out is donuts and iced coffee. 4 donuts and some iced coffee. I know you're about to blow that bitch up. Blow that bitch up.
I think I wouldn't even be able to sit out. Like, I struggle. Okay, this actually throws back to this morning. I had a free iced coffee, and so I went and got it. But I didn't eat anything until lunch, until right before we recorded. And I was, like, physically jittery. Right. I would not be functioning if I hadn't really eaten anything, and then all of a sudden I have this big iced coffee.
A large iced coffee.
I would be, like, first of all, crapping my pants. And 2, I'd be, like, physically shaking. Like, this morning, or, like, for lunch, I was just making some, like, oatmeal, and I could, like, feel my hands shaky. And I'm like, this is crazy.
I would be surprised. I don't drink coffee. I drink caffeine in other ways, but coffee, I just don't vibe with coffee. And I'm like, I can't imagine drinking that much iced coffee. You haven't had any caffeine in X amount of days. And the 4 donuts on top of it. Like, I know you're about to be blocked up, babe.
Oh, I feel like I get so affected by caffeine. Like, have you had a Celsius before?
I have not.
I was not aware how much caffeine is in those before I, like, had one. Because, like, Logan got a free one at work recently and was like, hey, do you want this? I'm not really interested. I drank it. How those, like, should be illegal. Like, to me, I never had the, like, Panera Charger
I was about to say,
drink.
it's giving the Panera energy drinks.
It was giving that. I was like, I feel unwell right now. Like, and I will never drink another one. I do not need that caffeine.
Do you think maybe, because they're recently under some heat with the alcohol mix-up. Was that Celsius?
I don't know.
Celsius, like, whoever, apparently there's an alcohol brand under the same company or something. And they mixed up a couple of their 3 weeks ago, warning some Celsius energy drinks mislabeled contain alcohol.
I do not think this one contained alcohol, but
yeah, they mislabeled the cans, and some of the cocktails that they make under the same company were put into the energy drink cans. So some people have been drinking energy drinks and getting fucked up at 9 a.m.
That's awesome. I, like, react so different to different sort of energy drinks. Like, okay, shout out to Dutch Bros, my true love. Those don't really, like, I don't ever feel shaky or, like, weird. Like, I could drink those on an empty stomach and I'm probably fine. Same thing with Red Bulls. Like, I don't have a problem. I really don't drink energy. This makes it sound like I drink energy drinks a lot. I really do not. But, like, Red Bulls have never bothered me. But there's another place local to our hometown. And do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. It comes in a little shack sort of thing. One time we were in high school, someone brought me a drink from there, and it had Monster in it. I remember sitting in math class being like, I feel like I can't breathe. like I was so shaky. And like, I remember having like I was struggling so bad. I've not had a single Monster anything since then.
There's
like,
something
really was crazy.
There's something about getting drinks from that place that you're talking about. Like, I remember one time, one of my friends, I was just like, will you give me, like, a smoothie or something? And they brought me back, and it had an energy drink in it. And I was like, I can't drink this.
Oh, yes, those!
I was like, I can't drink this.
No, I remember I was, like, front row in math. And I was like,
tweaking out right now.
Yeah, like, this is crazy. Anyways, I would not do well if I had an iced coffee.
No iced coffee or donuts. Colby, you're such an interesting man to me. It's wonders. He does wonders. Yeah. So Colby drops out. Nobody else drops out. Jeff then brings out a plate of peanut butter and jelly, candy and chips, and milk.
They had a lot of milk on hand that they needed.
A lot of milk on hand.
The milk was about to hit the expiration date, and they're like, we need to find a way to get rid of this.
It's just the eclectic plate for me of, like, the candy, PB&J, and the chips. Like, I thought it was nachos originally. I thought it was, like, PB&J and nachos. I was like, this is strange. It was just a weird combination. Like, this is the OG charcuterie board, if you think about it.
In the sense that...
in the sense that... and immediately... first of all, sorry, to preface before this happens... There's a confessional between Danny and Jerry, or Candace and Jerry. I think it was one of the two. I think it was Danielle and Jerry. And they were like, we need to stay on until Rupert gets off. Like, Rupert cannot win this challenge. And they're both like, agreed.
I think Candace was even part of this.
I think it was too, yeah. And then Jeff brings out this plate, and immediately all three of them are like, no, I want in. I want in.
Girls.
And Jeff is like, you're going to have to split it between the three of you. And they're like, hey.
Divas,
how it happens.
You all three getting off. That puts so much pressure on Parv.
Right.
Like, you're all just willing to be like, she's got it. Like, right. I mean, which she did, but, like, I still think one of you guys should have held out.
Yeah, it was a little rude to just let Parvati have to rely on that. I don't know. But
yeah.
The girls step off. They're eating their PB&J. They say it's the best PB&J they've ever had. And after an hour and 10 minutes, it's between Parvati and Russell. Russell slips off of his perch, and Parvati wins immunity.
Good for her.
2-time
winner of this challenge.
Hey, look at her. Jeff, I think officially three times now. I think she just won this challenge on Australia versus the world.
Really?
Yes, I think she did. I haven't watched the most recent episode, but I think this was one of the a challenge they had that episode.
I love that for her.
I know, good for her. Jeff reveals this twist that he brings up at the beginning of the challenge, and he reads an idol clue. Everybody hears it, and it's up to everybody to figure out what they have to do with it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny hearing him read it.
I know.
Like a little story time.
I know. A little, I was gonna say, I don't know. It is a story time, I guess. That's the best possible way to do it. So I'm not even gonna try to top what you just did.
Thank
Your
you.
Your brain thinks of unimaginable things. Like I just don't even know how you came up with that. After the first immunity challenge, they're back, and it's immediately a scramble for this idol. Everybody's booking it. They're trying to figure it out.
I love to see it.
Sandra is like, oh, I thought it was by a bush that was on fire. And Candace was like, no bush. There's nothing on fire. Candace is like, it's going to be a red bush. And Sandra was like, oh, got it. Everybody's looking for it. And Sandra is the one that finds the immunity idol. She finds it in a bush, and she can't look at it. She doesn't have anywhere to put it on her at the moment, so she hides it.
I love her, like, she keeps trying to go find a spot to open it, and she's like, no, I can't. No. Oh, let me go walk over here. No, I can't. Guys, I can't.
It was what I love, like, and she was so nonchalant about it, too. Like, the way she walked for a good, like, 10 feet with the idol just out in her hand. She was just walking, and I was like, love that for you, queen.
Yeah.
So super excited for her. What a great sort of thing to have in her back pocket. Another to maybe put her over the top of Russell and Parvati. She's able to, say, I found some idols too.
Mm-hmm.
Rupert he's just trying to play the game. He understands that since he didn't win immunity tonight, he's highly at risk of going home, if not the top option to go home tonight. And he needs the idol. He can't find it, so he just needs to play it off. He goes to the creek and he puts a rock in his pocket, and he walks back to camp, again, very nonchalant, and hoping that people will buy that it's an idol in her pocket, or his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And who eats it up other than Russell Hantz, Idol King himself?
Hey, he knows what an idol looks like in someone's pocket.
He pulls the girls aside, he said, if anybody knows, I know.
Yeah.
And I know that he has an idol. Russell immediately falls for it, and things start floating out in the air.
At the end of the day, he is just another man on Survivor who's going to assume something and take it as fact.
So true. so true. One thing a man likes to do on Survivor is assume opinion is fact, or assume anything is fact.
A potential thing.
Right. Like, girl, you're gaslighting yourself. You're gaslighting yourself. Yeah. Stand up.
Stand up.
Fight back. Russell, the villain girls are immediately, they're talking when Russell starts pointing out that Rupert probably has the idol, and the villains are like, we need to split the vote tonight. And they're like, let's split it between Candace and Rupert.
Mm-hmm.
Or Candace and Rupert. So if Rupert plays his idol, then Candace will go home, and if he doesn't, then it'll be a tie, and they can vote Rupert out on the tie. And they're like, okay. Colby overhears them, I think. I don't know. The edit this part of the episode makes it seem like Cody was, like, eavesdropping on them. And then he, like, goes to Rupert and, like, talks about the plan. But I don't know. I feel like it also was just, like, Colby was like, this is just how the numbers should work. Like, let's just do it this way. So I don't know if he was eavesdropping or if he overheard them or if he just made the plan out of, like, thin air. He was just like, this is what the pieces look like for the puzzle. But Colby, before Tribal, goes up to Rupert and is like, we need to put our votes onto Candace because they're splitting the vote on you two. And if we two vote Candace, she'll have enough votes to get voted out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is smart.
Okay, genius.
I know, it's a good way
to use their votes. And I've always said that.
What?
And I've always said that.
And you've always said that. You've literally always said that about him, about Colby Donaldson.
We've actually never said anything
negative
bad about Colby ever.
We now make our way to the first tribal of the episode, and it's a pretty quick 1-2. Rupert and Colby sort of go off on Candace. I wrote that I don't think that this was necessarily a great move from her to like jump ship, but ultimately we said this earlier that it's like, what else was she supposed to do? Like, she was on the bottom no matter what she did with whatever group she was a part of.
Yeah.
She was going to be the first out if she was the villains or the first out with the heroes. So there wasn't much of a...
I think she would have... Yeah. I think she had a better path, in my personal opinion, with the heroes.
I agree.
But
I don't think...
She wasn't doing herself... I don't know. Like, obviously, I think we're missing a lot of sort of just like the day-to-day context of things. Right. But she just never really felt like she tried to, like, be close with them.
I agree with that, and I also think she probably has the lowest win equity of everybody left at this final 8. I I would say her and Danielle are probably the two at the lowest. Like, I don't think anybody was going to vote for Candace. Even if she was the last hero, at this point, because she jumped ship, I just don't see a world where she would have won. So, it ultimately probably would have been better to keep Candace, because, like, everybody could have beat her, but whatever, life is life.
See ya.
We have some stuff about the idol speculation, and then they go to vote. Colby kind of eats up this voting confessional. He votes Candace, and he says, I can say that I'm proud of the way I played this game. Can you?
He did eat her up with that. However, what grounds is he standing on?
Right. Like, you could say you're proud of the way you played because you haven't done anything in the game.
Yeah, you actually haven't really had to make any big moves. Right.
So I don't know if it's much of a hill you can stand on. More like a mound.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah, the votes happen. It's 5 votes for Candace. Rupert, Colby, Russell, Jerry, and Sandra all vote for Candace, and Candace, Parvati, and Danielle vote for Rupert. Candace is voted out. And the way nobody. Jeff says he's voted out, and like nobody moves, nobody budges. Everybody's just like.
Sure. Hey. See you, Candy.
Bye, Candy girl. Bye. And yeah, she's voted out. I felt not bad, but I was like, damn, she kind of got like barely an edit. The last couple episodes for being such like an antagonist. It seems like everybody was like, I have problems with you. Like she just never really got any screen time.
No, she didn't.
And it kind of sucks to go out in the middle of the episode like this, because now we can't even like sit with your elimination. We have to just go immediately to the next thing.
We brush over it so fast.
Right. Like she's gone now. Great.
Yeah. And that's why like at first I was kind of thinking, did they sort of make this a double elimination episode because like it was so just like anticlimactic with Candace, but
so post Candace getting voted out, we go back to camp, and Russell is not happy about this vote. He says that the girls are too emotional and that they should have voted all on Rupert, or they should have voted Colby or whatever. Like that, this should not have happened. He was like, it doesn't make sense for us to have gotten rid of Candace. Jerry and Danielle try to talk him off of this ledge. Russell is just the second half of this episode. Russell is just on an emotional, like he's so emotional this episode.
He's hitting that paranoia point.
He is, and I'm like, you're getting messy. Your emotions are making you a messy man at the moment. Like it's,
and like not in his typical like causing chaos way. Like it is very just like messy.
Yes.
Bad
gameplay, bad reads, bad decisions,
bad social moments.
Right. Jerry and Danielle try to talk him off the ledge. They're like, don't worry, we have the numbers. Rupert and Colby suck at challenges. It will be okay. And Russell, in this moment, realizes that he no longer is the sole holder of power on this tribe, that him and Parvati equally hold a lot of power. Mm-hmm. So that scares him because he's not used to being so, like, equal with somebody else.
Yeah.
In his eyes.
In his emphasis on that.
We hop over quickly to the second challenge. We have a new Sandra shirt debut. Her shirt says, Mom, send help from above.
I just love her creativity.
Me too. Everyone's so creative.
Everyone's so creative.
Would you agree?
Oh, for sure. Do you think she still has these shirts?
I hope so, baby. Put them in a museum.
Yeah.
I am telling you, like, that's history.
She went up to
the CEO's office of Disney and said that she wanted to make history, and that's what she did.
Of Disney specifically, yeah.
Of Disney specifically. The challenge is a normal sort of survivor relay type situation. We first have a race. They have to run. What'd you say?
What'd you call me?
What'd you call me? They have to run to dig to a hole to dig a peg out of the ground, and then they have to take that peg through a table maze, and then break some glass after the table maze. The first 5 to finish that portion of the challenge will move on to the next challenge, where there's a wall. They have to run up the wall and put the pegs in the wall and climb up the wall with the pegs. The first 3 to finish that part of the challenge will move on to the final portion, where there is a slide puzzle. Whoever completes the slide puzzle first will win immunity.
It's giving very present day challenges, but like still just kind of scaled down a bit.
Right.
Which I like.
It feels less cinematic.
Showy.
Right.
Yeah.
Very just like do A, do B, do C.
Yes.
So Sandra, there's not a lot of notes of this challenge. Sandra is the second person to complete the first portion, and she says, "I can't believe it."
I know. I love her.
Me too. It is.
Notably, one of the people that didn't complete this first section.
It's gonna go to me, Colby and Jerry. It's gonna go to me. Shocker, Colby did not complete the first section of this challenge.
I thought you had a chance.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yet Rupert, Sandra, Russell, Danielle whooped him.
Yeah.
And then they spit on him. Did you see that in the edited out scenes? They all Russell kicked him to the ground, and then they all started kicking him in the gut, and then Sandra spit on him.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
Google it. It happened. If you go to the Survivor Wiki, they detail it there.
Okay.
So the next part of the challenge is pretty simple. Russell kind of eats it up. Russell, Parvati, and Rupert are the ones that complete it, and they making it onto the final. Thought it was funny. Sandra, who is probably not even 2 feet up the wall.
How do I get down?
She goes, "Damn, now how do I get down? Girl, if you don't just step down, like if you don't just lower your foot onto the ground." She don't play about heights. This is what I'm realizing about Sandra this season. Like, she don't play about heights at all.
That's such a good point.
Yeah, and the final part was pretty close between Russell and Rupert. Parvati fizzles out pretty early on this puzzle, and Russell pulls it out in the end. Russell has won immunity for the first time this season, I think.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Sure, yeah.
We're now post the challenge. Again, things are happening pretty quickly. This whole section is much more... There's more game this part than the previous tribal. Parvati wants to get rid of Rupert here. She wants to get rid of all of the heroes. And she says the villain invasion is incoming. There is no way any of them win against any of the heroes, no matter who is up there. So Danny, Russell, they need to lock into a 5 with Sandra and Jerry. They need to lock that 5 in. So there are no questions. There's no confusion.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get rid of Rupert here. Parvati specifically. Russell does not like this plan. He is worried about Parvati and Danielle's relationship specifically. He's worried about Parvati having too much power with Danielle around, and that scares him. He's paranoid, like we previously mentioned. Mm-hmm. And so he feels he does say this. He says, "I don't like how close Danny and Parvati are. It's supposed to be me and Parvati." Ooh, I hate when a man is jealous.
He wants to be closed off.
Like, stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up. We're you can't walk into a relationship. The last season of Love Island, nobody locked into like the last week. Okay, like, be open.
But also, like, what did he kind of think was gonna happen?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It feels like pretty much the whole time. Obviously, like, there's so often a duo within a trio.
Right.
And the two girls, when you're sort of bossing them around this whole time, very obviously, like, yeah, they're going to lean on each other and get close. We'll
really see the effects of this later in the episode where Russell is falling apart. His all of this sort of stuff he's built up for himself is falling apart at the seams, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Russell is like, he needs to get Danielle out. Or he'd prefer to keep Parvati, but he needs to get Danielle. That is his goal. He wants to split them up. He talks to Danielle, and they're sitting alone on the beach, and he approaches her and says, "Hey, I don't think we can beat Parvati. Like, we might need to get her out. I don't think sitting at the end, either of us are going to beat her." And Danielle's like, "Okay, this is strange, but I guess." And so they're sitting. Then we cut to a confessional. I don't know if this confessional was weird. Danielle was like, "Russell told me that we don't stand a chance next to Parvati, and we should vote her out," which is interesting to think about. But mind you, she's my number one ally. So like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the confessional was weird to me. The way that she was talking, like, it was the language and the way that she spoke. She was talking to us
But she was really like talking it through herself.
Right. She was talking. That's what it was. She was talking it through. Like the way she was saying it out loud. I was like, it sounds like you're confused. I'm not confused, but like you're still trying to think about what to do.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like convince us that she's your number one ally. I'm like, girl, you don't have to I was like, I don't know what's the way that you're talking about this is confusing me.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like, but you saying that's the word that I wanted to use. It sounded like she was talking through it. But usually, when you're giving a confessional, you're like explaining what you're thinking. You're not really talking through what you're thinking. Yes. You're like, this is what I think. Yeah. But she very clearly was like, well, he said this, but this. And I was like, I know. Like, I know. I know. You don't have to like tell me. Like, I know.
I saw.
Maybe I have eyes. I've been watching for the last 3 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so Russell takes that. Danielle's pondering that, but then he goes up to Parvati, and he says, "Girl." He says, "Girl." He says, "Girl, I'm telling you, sister." Mm-hmm. He says, "The dolls are fighting. The doll specifically being Danielle. She wants you out." He says, "Danielle approached me and said," he said, "Ooh, I don't." He said, I don't want to make you guys fight.
A little birdie told me.
But a little birdie told me that Danielle wants to get you out. He says, she doesn't think she can beat you, and she doesn't like that. Mm-hmm. And Parvati makes this face in this moment. Russell's talking to her, not with her. He's talking to her, and she goes like this. He's saying this, and she goes...
Sorry, what was that?
She's like,
Come
what?
Again?
You can very clearly, she's very confused by what she's hearing. She's like, this doesn't make any sense. And she says that. Russell, we get a confessional from him where he's like, this is going to work. He's going to have, his plan in this is to get the girls spiraling so much that they don't trust each other and that they won't talk to each other about what he said because they don't want to break their trust with Russell. Mm-hmm. He feels like he'll be like the wall in between them and that they won't want to break that wall down. Mm-hmm. Immediately after this confessional, Parvati is like, no, like she's like, well, now I have to go right. She's like, now I have to go talk to Danielle.
And he's like, no, don't do that.
And she's like,
everything up.
She's like, girl, what are you talking about? She's like, if you come to me and say my ally from day number one wants to turn against me, who we are all you and me are in a final 3 with, I'm gonna have questions that need answers.
Yeah.
And Russell's like, no! Russell basically goes a tantrum, and he's like, no! Russell is gagged. He cannot believe that she would want to do that. Russell, why would I trust your word? You have proven that you are a liar. You have proven that you are a deep-seated liar in this game.
Not only
why would I trust what you're saying?
You like to flaunt that. Like, that is your game.
Right.
And we've been working together for 30 days. Like, you think I don't know what
exactly.
Like, I can't see through your little scheme?
So he's just like, or she's just like, you're making no sense to me right now. Like, this whole situation is like, not making sense. Russell's talking to her like she's stupid. Russell's like, why would you do that? Now I'm not going to trust you because you don't trust me. Russell, are you forgetting Parvati has won this game before? She knows how to play Survivor. She didn't win on a fluke win. She knows what she's doing. Mind you, she made it to this point as a winner of the game. Like, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Why are you sitting there and acting like she is clueless?
Exactly.
It's his paranoia. His paranoia and his cockiness are working together to make him think that he is this huge moment, this threat. And I'm just like, girl, the girls aren't fucking with you like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Russell goes power hungry. This gets messy. Parv then ends up going up to Danielle and clears the air. And they both realize that Russell is just spewing shit. He's just talking out of his ass.
I have to say, does this not remind you of a certain situation that happened to us in high school? Where famously someone tried to pit us against each other, and it did not last long.
I was thinking about that. I just had a job interview, and I was talking about conflict resolution, and I'm not joking that I was literally thinking about that as I was answering that question. Oh my god, you guys, it's just a crazy life experiences. Conflict basically happening because of a middle person, and then Maddie and I came to in the middle. Our two parties. and we said, we were
What
like,
is
wait a
happening?
minute. We said, wait a minute. Let's
And
clock
then-
that T, sis. It's not adding up.
And then Riley made sure to clock that T.
And I clocked it so
Publicly.
fiercely. Oh, publicly. I clocked it fiercely. Thank you very much. So, sorry, Russell, go back from that. Parvati and Danielle cleared the air, and immediately they're clearing the air. While that's happening, Russell is going to go up to Colby and Rupert and be like, we need to vote out Danielle. Mm-hmm. And Rupert and Colby are like, say less.
Heard,
chef.
chef.
I don't know why. If I was Russell, or if I was Rupert and Colby, I'm so glad that Rupert got voted out this episode because oh no, he doesn't get voted out this episode.
No.
I can't wait till he gets voted out because I can't have both Rupert and Russell in this game for much longer. It's actually like sending me
The names.
like, the names and the notes and everything.
Yeah.
But they're like, say less. If I was Rupert and Colby, I don't know. I would have been like, I don't know if I believe this.
The way
No
they
shade,
immediately believe him and then are like doing this group sort of hug thing
right.
and all of that, I'm like, you
Mind you,
went in on
Rupert,
him,
yesterday
like,
you
yesterday.
were literally yesterday morning, Rupert, you were saying how deplorable he was and how he's untrustworthy and how he's
A
despicable.
liar.
A
Yeah.
liar, and that's why Derek don't like you.
And now he has
Besties for the resties.
immediate yes. Like, what?
Anyway, so they Parvati and Danielle go up to Jerry and they're like, do not flip your vote tonight. They're like, we are telling you, do not flip your vote. Russell's going crazy. And Jerry's like, no, I'm not flipping my vote. We need to get Rupert out. Cut 2. Russell is now telling Jerry she has to vote for Danny. And Jerry is like, don't threaten me, Russell. And mind you, same language, basically Parvati earlier this episode. Don't yell at me, Russell.
Yeah.
Jerry said, don't threaten me, Russell. And Russell says,
Sandra,
I'm
last episode.
literally
Why are you threatening me?
right. And Russell is like, I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you that if you vote Rupert out tonight, you will be next. And then Jerry goes, who's going to vote me next? Who's saying that? Who's voting me next?
Yeah.
And Russell's like, I can't tell you, but that's what I'm hearing. Girl, you sound crazy. It sounds like the voices are acting up in your head. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know I can't tell you who's going to do it, but tell me, I'm telling you, they're going to do it. Who is they, babe? And then we cut to Tribal, our second Tribal of the night. Mm-hmm. Or I guess the episode. Danny, this was hard. This was a hard Tribal for Danielle. She can't handle the pressure. She's cracked. I think primarily, I mean, I could imagine they're 31 days, 32 days in.
Yeah.
And it seems like this all came up out of nowhere. Like, literally, mind you, last episode, they all worked together for this to happen. Like, they've been a tight group forever. It was supposed to be her, Parvati, and Russell to the end. Like, all of this blindsiding, you could understand it being, like, catching her off guard. But she's very emotionally, like, caught off guard. She's crying, low-key hyperventilating, like...
The jury being like, oh, boo-hoo.
I know, the jury, specifically Courtney, was like, oh my god, I'm over it. The jury was not fucking with it. The jury was like, you need to man up. Like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. Danielle says the villains are working together, and another episode of Jerry not giving a fuck. Jerry is like, we are not working together. Like, we are so divided right now.
Yeah.
And Danielle's like, well, sort of, kinda.
But we all come to a consensus in the end.
No, we all come to a consensus. And Jerry's like, well, no. Jerry said, well, no, not actually.
Yeah.
And Danielle and Parvati immediately expose this conversation Russell had with them, and Russell doubles down. Russell is like, you did have that conversation with me. You want to get Parvati out, and it's kind of crazy that you want to do that, because I thought she was your ally. Mm-hmm. And this is what gets Danielle going. The gaslighting and making Danielle seem like something she's not is really, really what gets her going. Like, she's freaking out about it.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, like, I don't know the last time we've had somebody so reactive in a Tribal like this. I'm thinking of, like, in the new era. Like, I'm sure we've had a ton of moments where people cry at Tribal, but I don't know the last time somebody actively was, like, because of the game, was like, oh my god, freaking out, you know?
Exactly. Especially coming from someone who's been in, like, the power alliance
Right,
this whole time.
yes. I think that is what's most shocking about everything. Russell, while Danielle's having his freak out, Russell looks at Jerry, and Jerry, because Danielle's like, I don't understand why this has happened. Like, we are in an alliance. The three of us are in an alliance. Like, we work together. We are friends. Parvati's my number one. Like, I would never turn against her. And immediately red flags are going up, specifically for Jerry, who is at the bottom of this villain's alliance.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, damn, if this is what the hierarchy is, like, we need to get Danielle out. And you can tell that's what happens in her thought process. Like, she's thinking. Russell doubles down on that and is like, Jerry, you need to vote Danielle. And it ends up working. Rupert and Colby are able to survive again by the skin of their teeth. Oh, God. They vote for Danielle, like Russell told them to. Danielle, Parvati, and Sandra vote for Rupert. And Colby and Russell flip and vote Danielle out. And Danielle is sent home 4-3.
Yeah.
Final 7. Danielle kind of was like a like, not to shit talk Danielle, but I was just like, there was just nothing, like...
No, she only ever contributed in, like, I don't know, like, confrontational ways that weren't necessarily strategy. Like, moments that stick out for me are, like, her just, like, beefing with Sandra and Courtney. And, like, all of that. And then sort of just, like, I don't know. She was just very much of
her fighting with Amanda at the reward.
Yes, like, she was just... She never really connected with anyone outside her, like, little group of, honestly, 3. Like, I don't even feel like her and Jerry were that tight.
Right. So, that wraps up the episode. Candace gone, Danielle gone. We are now at the final 6. I love, the end game of Survivor is my favorite. Like, the final 7 to the final 4 is just, like, I live for that part of Survivor when it really, like, this is the end game.
It's hard to not just, like, watch all the episodes at once.
Right.
Since they're out.
The final 6 is usually my favorite cycle. I just think the number of 6 is such a good number of people to have left. Like, there's still room to make a big move.
But the pressure is there.
The pressure is there. They're like, wow, we have to, like, walk in. So,
and they've been out there for so long at this point.
I know.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Thank you all for watching this episode. Do you have anything else to add before we wrap up here?
I'm happy with the outcome of this episode. I feel like, again, not hating on Danielle or Candace, but, like, I don't know. I kind of like it losing those characters and then, like, focusing in more on, like, the bigger players and, like, I don't know, the end game just becoming tighter. And I'm not sad about, like, the loss. Like, I think it's just making the end game even more interesting. So, I'm happy.
Well, everybody, thank you for watching. If you like, you can like, comment, subscribe on this video. Tell us about The Summer I Turned Pretty. Even if you haven't watched it, let us know your thoughts. And follow us on our TikTok and our Instagram at MakingFirePod. Get us up to 300 followers on TikTok.
We're almost there.
I know. And yeah, we will see you guys next week for the penultimate episode of the season.
I know. And I can't wait to go live at some point. I know. On TikTok. We got to plan something.
I know. Yeah, thank you all for watching. We will see you next week with another coverage episode of the Making Fire Pod.
Bye.
Smooches. I can't wait to see how this turns out.